Hello, my little Regency romantics, and welcome back to another video where I draw things for YouTube. Today is a little bit different. As you can tell, I'm not doing a little talking head video this time around, mostly because I am running late on recording this week. It's been kind of busy, but also not busy at all. I don't know if you've ever had that. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, I'm just a girl. But this week, Bridgerton recently came back on the scene, part 2. Shout out to the girlies who love Bridgerton, myself included. And I was really hyped to draw fan art for this because, one, I'm gonna be at my very first convention. Thank you. You know, show your applause and appreciation in the form of likes below. But yeah, I got into my very first con this year, and I need prints. That's a thing that you gotta do when you go to a convention. And I don't know, I just felt really in the Bridgerton mood. I just rewatched the entire season in anticipation of part 2 coming out. And so, with the spirit of Regency romance around me, I decided to draw all the Bridgerton couples, and here we are today. Shout out to Procreate for auto-recording everything. But because I don't really have much to say about the process of making this piece, I wasn't really sure how or what this video was gonna be like. But to be honest with you, if you've seen any of my videos before, you've probably got a lot of tips and tricks about how I approach making things anyway, and I don't want to be repetitive. But I did, while making this, or these pieces, because there's 3 of them, spoiler alert, but in the process of making these, I was thinking about this portfolio review that I just did, where one of the points that came up was the fact that they couldn't pinpoint a direction that my art was going in. Like, if someone was trying to hire me for something, they're not entirely sure where I would fit. So this particular piece of feedback was very interesting for me because it really had me thinking about like the why of posting my art. Most of the things that I post, and in most of like the social media areas that I'm posting in, I'm posting to gain popularity, basically, right? Because the whole point of social media and like putting my things out there is for people to find it, hopefully to gain some sort of following, gain traction, gain popularity, basically, so that potential clients come in, maybe a whole little Etsy moment. You can start sustaining yourself as an artist, but you can only do that if you're popular. And so in order to be popular, you kind of post, or not you kind of, I should say me. I post mostly fan art based things because it's easier to build that rapport with the public if it's like, hey, this is a shared interest that we have. I like Bridgerton, you like Bridgerton, come on over, girls. Maybe you'll find something else you like over here. That's kind of been a big part in like the more recent years of my internet posting history, is to post more fan art based things. And I don't think that's bad. Fan art has been good for a lot of artists in that way. It's gotten them gigs with the places that they're fans of, basically. But I can see now where if that's all I have on my page, maybe that's not a great thing if what I'm interested in doing is more illustrative pieces with a client. So I don't know, I've been like trying to recontextualize that battle in my brain about what exactly am I posting. In all honesty, when I first started posting things on the internet, I would post a lot more original pieces, and I think to this day, most of the things that I get work from have been my original ideas and original illustrations. So I don't know, I'm like rethinking how much of my spare time I spend making fan art versus making art for myself. Also, the fact that there's a lot of like side illustrations and ideas that I have that I work on, but they come like 3rd tier, because it's professional work first, and then the art for the internet second, and then the art for me third. And that's not to say that I don't love doing fan art, because I do. obviously a fan of the things that I'm making art for. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. And even like with these Bridgerton pieces, I was moved to do it because it's like, oh, Bridgerton, beautiful, gorgeous, and I just needed to get something out there. But I think I need to like refocus the order of events to maybe more personal, or like illustrative art sounds like I'm saying these aren't illustrations, and that's not true. What I mean is basically making more pieces that reflect like the things that I like to do in illustration. So if I'm doing a fan art piece, maybe instead of it just being something that is like, hey, here's basically the scene from the movie illustrated by me, or this portrait of the person, I should go back a little bit more to composing the scene or something to that effect. But also, like I said, I have like a ton of like, I don't know, one-off illustration ideas that I don't really ever have the time to make, and then I don't think about making them because I'm thinking no one's gonna care, which still might be true. But that actually brings me to my next point. The fact that AI exists kind of has changed the way I think about posting on the internet. So if you're a person on the internet, then you've heard of AI. And if you're an artist on the internet, then you definitely know how AI is kind of affecting how we engage with posting our stuff or sharing our work on the internet. I, for one, I'm still not entirely sure how to approach it. I've tried using Glaze, but I'm having problems with how much it takes a lot of memory to run that thing. And my computer, while she is somewhat strong, I guess she's not mighty enough for Glaze because, ciao. I tried glazing these 3 pieces before posting them to the internet. Haven't been able to do not a one. So I'm still struggling to figure out how to post things. Right now I'm kind of just posting kind of pictures of them with like my hand in the way or something like that. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. Once again, I'm just a girl. So because of the fact that I'm not as like tied to posting as much, I guess, it basically forced me to step back from feeding the algorithm gods, so to speak. Listen, I'm like locked in a constant battle with what I call the algorithm gods for acceptance and love, okay? Like, it's really hard to appease them because once you kind of get a lay of the land, the rules change. And to be honest with you, a girl's got a day job. I can't I can't be sat on Instagram posting like every 5 minutes. So that's always been my struggle with posting on social media. And now that it's kind of hard to post my art anyway, I'm like less inclined to worry about it. And if I'm less inclined to worry about that, then who cares if I'm posting art that is a lot more specific to me, or maybe like niche or new or different. I don't know. I feel like sometimes when I think about the art that I'm making, I'm trying to think about things that, I don't know, people would be more interested in versus the things that I'm interested in. And while sometimes it works out because, you know, you find the middle ground for those two things, I think at this point in time, I'm like less concerned about all of that. And now I'm just like, well, you know what, might as well just make my art for me anyway, because the chances of me posting it, not slim, but also who cares, the algorithm's done for as far as I'm concerned anyway. Anyway, this has been me working out in real time on mic, right? On mic, the balance between original pieces and more fan inspired pieces. I will always love making fan art because I'm a fan girl, okay? I was once described, which is my favorite compliment about myself ever, I've probably said it a million times before, that I'm the truest fan of anything that they've ever met. And this was from my boss at MTV when I used to work at MTV. So yeah, I will always make fan art, but I think I want to restructure the balance a little bit and lean into my original art bag. I hope you enjoyed this little chatty conversation that we're having here. Chime in the comments so it doesn't feel one-sided. Where do you stand on it? Do you want to do more original art yourself? I don't know. Also, I'm going to be at Tampa Bay Comic Con at some point in the future. So there's Prince these, which is exciting if you love Prince. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things as per usual. And I'll see you next time. Bye.